What is up, Mav fans and hoop heads? Hope your vibes are immaculate today. I'm AG, your host, CEO, director, manager, and all that bullshit. Welcome on into another episode of Mavs Rundown. Appreciate you for listening. And man, the Mavs take down the Boston Celtics at Boston 95-92, and another thriller game. Repeat from the first one. The first game, it came down to the wire and LUKA hit the game winner. This game came down to the wire and the game winner is hit. Well, the pass is made by LUKA. The game winner is hit by Spencer Dinwiddie. Man, what a game. If you missed it, you need to go back and watch it. At least just watch the highlights, because this was a great game. Just overall, just if you are a real hoop head, this was a great game. The Mavs really, started out with, Reggie Bullock. The news coming out there, Reggie Bullock was actually a late scratch because of, it said, personal reasons, which I think could just be rest, because, it seems like we've been trying to rest some of our guys. We've been have high volume of minutes recently. And J. Kidd even acknowledged that he wants to make sure, everybody gets their rest in before the playoffs so that we're fresh to go for the playoffs. We want to have everybody all tired before playoffs get here. So we have Reggie out tonight, and I thought it was going to be full squad. So I have Reggie out, late scratch. I was like, oh, man, there goes our second-best wing defender, especially against Jason Tatum, who's averaging 40 in the last, 5 games or whatever. And they got Jaylen Brown and, yada, yada. And honestly, we started the 3-guard lineup, which some people out there don't like. But we started that, which is, LUKA, Jalen Brunson, and Spencer Dinwiddie, which I was surprised. I thought they might have picked either Jalen Brunson or Spencer, and then thrown out a defender like Josh Green out there, another energy guy, kind of like they've done before. Whenever one of those is out, they usually start either, Brunson or Spencer. And then if Dodo's out or Reggie's out, they usually put Josh Green in his place. But they didn't do that tonight. They started a 3-guard lineup, our 3-headed monster on offense, and we started that out. And with Dodo and Dwight Powell. And honestly, at first, this first half, man, it was like, damn, we're just missing that rim protection. They were killing us in the paint and on the boards in the first half. Let me check on the stats in the first half. But I know for sure in the first half, man, they were killing us in the paint. Halftime, points in the paint, Celtics had 28, Mavericks had 16. Rebounds, Celtics had 30, Mavericks only had 19. They were just, really, it was type of all facets, they were just killing us, except for 3. They were only 4 of 16 and a half. We were 5 of 17 and a half. So, really, everything else, they were killing us but 3. But everything else, they were just kind of killing us at half. Man, honestly, I haven't said a lot about officials, really. And, I'm not trying to draw it, because I know that in the end, the officials kind of, direct the game where they want it to go. But I'm just saying, the refs this night, it was not a good look for them. First half, Mavericks weren't getting any calls. Second half, the calls that they were making in the first half, they weren't making in the second half. Or the calls they weren't making in the first half, they were making in the second half. So it was you got to really, consistency, man. We're going to expect it from the players. The refs got to, even though they're trying to rig the game and shit, come on, you got to be consistent with it. It was not at all. And really for both teams, I ain't just going to harp on the Mavs. Honestly, it was both sides. It's just bad when it came to that. But I'm going to go ahead and skip all of that. You already know about, how that could be. But even with that, the Mavs held resilient. And, the first half, things just weren't looking good. Offense kind of got stale at points. And guys were it was just no ball movement. It was very ISO heavy. Guys were kind of just standing around. First half, even Maxey just looks like he's in his own head right now. What did he finish? He seemed like, offensively, he had 0 points tonight. He was 0-2, 0-4 for 3. And in the first half, there was a part in the second quarter I took a note of where he got past the ball. But I think it was, I forgot who it was. swung it. It was like a swing pass to him where Maxey should have taken the shot. He should have. He should have easily triggered. He's a shooter, catch and shoot type guy. He should have took it. He had enough room, enough space, and pulled it. He did not. It was a smaller kind of guard, a little bit out further, not in range to block his shot or anything, just further out. And just Maxey is just in his own head right now, bro. I hope if you're somehow listening, like, bro, I hope you fix your shit, bro. Fuck that shit, bro. Just pull the trigger. Look at Reggie, bro. Look at Reggie Bullock just pulling it. That's how we need to see Max, just pulling it, man. Just pull it. Who gives a fuck, bro? Pull it. We're gonna give you as many on this team. We're gonna give you those 10. Just pull it. I'd rather see an 0-12 Maxey out here than an 0-2. Even though he finished with a win, I'm just saying, in general, we want to see him. He needs that confidence. When he doesn't have confidence, man, he does not even look for his fucking shot at all. He is Ray Charles looking for a shot. Like, he is not looking to shoot that thing. And there was a point in that second quarter, I took a note. I was like, oh, this is like a big, like, this is like such a play that shows that Max is just in his own head. Like, and normally we see him take this shot so many times out of often on his good nights. And on these bad nights, we could tell, like, he's just not feeling it. He passed it off to, ended up swinging it even one more pass, which he didn't need to do, which when he did swing it, it was Bertans, which luckily he's 6'10", but the guy guarding him was kind of a little bit closer than what Maxey's guy was. So, of course, Bertans going to throw it up with barely a little bit of a hand in his face. But it's like, if Maxey would have took a shot in there, it would have been so much better. And he's been having trouble with that. And hopefully they're really trying to get him in rhythm. Hopefully they're getting into his ear. Like, hey, man, we just need you to focus on just taking the open shots. Shots that are there, just shoot it. We don't care if you miss it. We know eventually some of these are going to start dropping. We just need you to start shooting them and not to look scared. And, like, you can't shoot a damn shot. Like, you're scared to shoot the ball even. Like, it's wild watching Maxey. But because on the defensive end tonight, I'm only in the second quarter, but, on the defensive end tonight, Maxey was killer. Maxey was so fucking killer. I know if you watch highlights, you'll see he got dunked on pretty nasty by Jaylen Brown in, I think, the second quarter. But even before that, like, in the first quarter, he had, like, 2 blocks back-to-back. Yeah, I think it was that time, or at least he was so involved in this whole game defensively, and we really needed him. He finished with 0 points, but he had 3 blocks and 13 rebounds. He was big for us in this game, and we needed him. And I just wish if he could have just knocked down some threes for us, it would have been so much better, especially with Reggie Bullock out. Maxey hitting some threes for us really helps relieve the offensive pressure for some of these other guys. And that was my only, those are my really only gripes in the first half that I seen. We're getting out rebounded and killing in the paint, and then the offense was just kind of just looking stale, like very ISO heavy. Wasn't looking like our normal, everybody just kind of sharing the ball, moving the ball around, and people kind of, even when LUKA has the ball dribbling, people are kind of cutting and making moves. It did not look anything like that in the first half. However, the second half comes around because we played 48 minutes of basketball, baby. And the third quarter, man, the Mavs come back and go up 63-62 with 4 minutes left in the third. And it was like a lead it was like LUKA and Dodo kind of just led the way, especially Dodo. I'll get to him in a minute. But then in the fourth, comes down to, we kind of had the lead in the fourth, and then we had some early turnovers, and the offense got a little bit more stale again. They let the Celtics get back in it and even take the lead. And honestly, then again, to the mention of these guys in the third quarter, LUKA and Dodo, brought us back and made it competitive. And I want to give a stat now on Dodo, because the Mavs were down, and they came all the way back to tie it at 92. And that was on a step back, Luka Doncic's 3, right in, I think it was Horford's eye, right in his grill. But Dorian Finney-Smith at halftime had 1 point, guys. 1 point. Second half, he scored 18 points. 18 points in the second half. Holy shit. Yes, this is the dodo we signed up for. He came through for us in this game so much. Clutch shot after shot. Great defense having to guard, Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown or, one of their really good, offensive guys or Marcus Smart. And he was there at play after play. He had 19 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 38 minutes, only 2 turnovers. Like, he was very efficient from the field, too. 7 of 11 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3. Like, amazing. And he had some clutch shots down the stretch that really helped the Mavericks get back into this game. And then it was like a 3-point game, and LUKA hits a 3 to tie it at 92. And at that point, the momentum had swung to the Mavs. It really had. And then we get the ball back, and after they try to call a foul, is this when it was? After? Oh no, it was after. Okay. Mavs come back and tie it. LUKA hits a 3. The Mavs get the ball back. LUKA drives, kicks it for Spencer, hits a 3 with like 7 or 8 seconds left to put the Mavs up 95-92. Huge shot in play. LUKA trusts Spencer. Spencer hits the shot, which he's been fucking phenomenal from 3 for us since he's been with the team. And one of his knocks when he came with us was that, he doesn't shoot good 3. His career percentage was like 31%. But a lot of people that are, hoop heads that are actually watch the game know that, like, yeah, but a lot of the shots he's had to take are very contested shots, and especially for like the teams he played with, the defense was somewhat focused on him. So in these type of shots where in this type of situation where he's getting the open shots from LUKA or Jalen Brunson driving and kicking, like he's getting these open looks that he's never really had before. So now to see him shoot, we know he was a consistent, somewhat, just mid-range shooter. So just see that translate in somewhat kind of a DeRozan fashion where he's a good little kind of a mid-range attacking guy, but then all of a sudden, given the opportunity with the right team, you could see him flourish from 3. And since he's been with the Mavericks, man, he's done nothing but that. Well, just flourish from 3 tonight. He was 3 of 6 from 3, including the big one at the end, that the game winner essentially, and the game winning shot. 5-14 from the field, but really his 3-ball carried him because he wasn't making a lot of other shots. But 5 of his made shots were 3 of them were 3s. And, all 3 of those were big for us. And, 5 of 9 from the free throw line. Wish he could make some more of those free throws. But, 9 attempts. Good shit from him, man. Like, we need him driving, attack. Another guy driving, attacking. We didn't get any free throws from Jalen Brunson. Not to, shit on his night. But, we didn't get any. But that's just the new dynamic that Dinwiddie brings, that Dinwiddie could actually get all the way and finish at the cup, in the hole, and go to the line even if he gets fouled, and that's good shit from him. And Spencer Dinwiddie finished with 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. Great shit from him. And then of course when the Mavs went up 95-92, Marcus Smart at the end got fouled shooting a 3 supposedly. Then they go back and look at it, and LUKA only hit his hand. And as soon as I seen that, I was like, no, like, hand's part of the ball. That's how we've been seeing the game ref all year, refereed all year, and that's how it is. So I honestly, I'm sitting there talking to the dude at work. I'm like, this is gonna get overturned. Like, there's no way they're gonna call that a foul. He didn't hit his wrist. He didn't hit nothing else, just only hand. And we've seen that shit get away where people get hit in their hand. They don't call nothing. They say, oh, hand's part of the ball. Well, it comes true tonight. The hand is part of the ball. Even LUKA said, like, yeah, I knew that it was going to be overturned. Guys hit my hand all the time, and I don't get the foul. So he knows the hand. He knows the rules. So it's like, great shit by LUKA. LUKA, they want to shit on his defense, especially all the national media. But, he did very well, held his own tonight. And, was able to put a contest on Marcus Smart, who's not, the best 3-point shooter, but able to get a hand up, initiate, and challenge it. And, of course, he misses, so no foul. They go to tip-off. Celtics get the ball. They have to heave it up with Jason Tatum, and he doesn't make it. And either way, Spencer Dinwiddie was almost going for the foul to go play for the 2 for 2-for-1 game where, just go ahead and get the 2 free throws and we get the ball, but they have to play the free throw game, essentially, and just play the clock out. Hold on. Either way, they didn't call it. Tatum misses the 3. Mavs get the rebound. Mavs win. Great fucking victory. Luka Doncic finishes tonight with 26 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals. And then on the other side, which they want to hype up Tatum so much, it's because the NBA has no American-based superstar, except for Kevin Durant when healthy. They have no young superstar, so they're trying to pump up Tatum and John Morant. No offense to the Grizzlies Celtics fans out there, but national media is gassing y'all shit up so fucking much just to have another young superstar in the spotlight, because they know that Luka and Giannis and Nikola Jokic have this shit on lock, and the MVPs and all the big storylines, and now they're trying to create their own with John Tatum being ahead of Luka in MVP, which, no offense, but to me, Luka's ahead of both those guys easily. What he does excuse me, what he does for the Mavericks, for his team, and just in general in the game, no other player can match that. You can look at Jason Tatum, even in his last game where he's averaging, last 5 games where he was averaging 40 and he had 8 rebounds, only 4 assists. 4 assists. If Luka was only averaging 4 assists, what? Something would be majorly wrong. Luka's averaging fucking almost 30, 8 and 8, almost averaging triple-double. There's no offense, but there is fucking levels to this shit. And we've seen, Jason Tatum's gone to the conference final, but that's because he had a great team around him. Luka Doncic has literally almost carried this fucking team past the Clippers, who literally the Clippers could have gone all the way in both those years if they were fully healthy. And he has taken a fully healthy Clippers team to damn near 7 games both years, just doing everything he can. No, I don't want to hear any more about fucking John Morant or Jason Tatum ahead of Luka Doncic. Not at all. I'm not buying it. And John Morant's case, when he was out, his team was 11-1. Your team can't do that when you're trying to win MVP. That just means y'all have a good team. Hey, take it. Give them their props, because they really having a great year. But national TV's got to chill the fuck out and get off their fucking John Morant and Jason Tatum dildo just because they don't want to give Luka Doncic his fucking props. Because Luka Doncic is a fucking killer, and he's fucking showing it. I know he's hearing it because he's putting it against all these guys that they talk shit. When he played John Morant, fucking shut him up, put points on his head, got the dub. But now playing Jason Tatum, after he's making all that, put the points up over Jason Tatum, got the dub. And he came up clutch in this game. So, excuse me, guys. But I'm sorry. I got off my little tangent. I had to, man. Watching, TV and the basketball on TV, it's they could really kind of irk at you sometimes when all they want to fucking talk about is John Morant or Jason Tatum, and not give the same type of props to Luka Doncic, who's literally doing more than what those guys are bringing to the table. No offense to the other guys, but Luka's bringing a lot more, especially when you look at what he's working with. You look at John Morant's team and Jason Tatum, they got another. At least Jason Tatum has another star in his team. Luka doesn't have, nothing. We just have a bunch of role players, man, on this team. And guys that just know how to hoop, man. Damn, and honestly, it just makes you love this team even more because Luka is the head of the snake of this team. But now, all of a sudden, since we made that trade, we got another fucking just bona fide playmaking hooper on this squad to go with Brunson now to playmake. And that honestly just put the rest of our role players back into their role. It was before we had Porzingis, you had all of our role players having to play above their role just to compensate for what Porzingis can't do. Now that we got a guy that can make and make those plays, everybody's just fitting in their role. As long as we're healthy, it's everybody just fits in their role. And Luka Doncic just being the man that he does just really fucking pushes this team ahead of, teams that a lot of people to think that we can't beat. especially like tonight. A lot of people, especially, I even thought that, like, man, this is going to be like a hard game. Like, this is, Kevin Garnett's even jersey retirement, like, against the Celtics. Like, how, I don't know how that's going to work out, but, especially when, the way the Dirks went, we blew them out. The Warriors, so you're thinking the same kind of, hopefully not the same type of vibes from the Celtics to come out and just like smash us in the face with a win on his night, which would have been understandable. They're hyped up energy, so you're just hoping the Mavericks come and match it, and they do. We come out, Luka just shines above really all of the other players, and we get the dub. And it's going to be so funny because I already know tomorrow's Monday. I already know they're going to downplay the fuck. They already are right now on NBA TV. I had that on just earlier. They're fucking downplaying the fuck out of this game. Downplaying the fuck so much that now all of a sudden it's John Morant. Remember it was all Jason Tatum because he's averaging 40. Like, Jason Tatum this, Jason Tatum that. Now all of a sudden, because we beat them, Luka beats him tonight. Now all of a sudden they're just like, oh yeah, he beat him. Oh, and it was Kevin Garnett's jersey retirement. It's like, yo, y'all are so fucking full of it. I cannot wait till the Dallas Mavericks win another title. Like, that is, of course that's every fan base's dream, but I cannot wait because I cannot wait to just shove it in all these fucking national media outlets, like, their faces. I don't know, it might not be this year, but when it does, man, I know for a fact, you can go back and look and listen to this and know that the national TV does not give Luka the respect he deserves. They really don't. They're so recency biased, which maybe that's just how they have to be to keep the headlines going and shit, but they are so recency biased, it is not funny. And of course, if you want to get even deeper, a lot of the motherfuckers don't even watch the games. They just fucking, think because they play in the NBA, like, oh, I get to have an opinion on this. Even though I don't keep up with any fucking NBA basketball at all. Don't even know the fucking players on the team. Anyway, yeah, man. I'm just going off, man. I'm just hyped. Like, Mav really put in the work tonight. They fucking did it. There's a great team effort off the bench. Shout out Josh Green. Had a clutch three in there when really we were going down a lot. He had a three that helped keep us in it. Played some great minutes off the bench, just energy. Everybody else off the bench kind of played Maxey got the most of the minutes with 29. And again, as I said, great defensively and on the board. Had 13 rebounds, 3 blocks. Just wish he would have done more offensively. Otherwise, man, everybody else came and did their job. Dodo showed up second half. Dinwiddie showed up, did his thing the whole game. Jalen Brunson only had 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Sorry. But, he's 6 of 12, 2 of 4 from 3, so he literally shot 50%. So, I guess he did enough. But this was actually a kind of a game you want to see him score a little bit more and do a little bit more, and it's just weighing on Brunson. He had enough efficient night to get through, and us to look at his stats and be like, oh, he did solid, whatnot. But man, like, these are the type of nights where we need him to step up, especially when we get to the playoffs. Like, he's gonna have some games where we need him. Like, we're gonna need him. Like, Luka and Spencer are gonna try, and we're just gonna need that extra playmaking guard to go out there and, like, help get us a dub. And it's gonna be really interesting to see him down the stretch. However, in this game, still played solid game. Shot 50%. Didn't really turn. He had 3 turnovers. Just wish he was a little bit more aggressive. But man, just great win by the Mavs. They actually finished the game shooting by 3 at halftime. It was like 29% for us or some shit. We finished the game shooting 40% from 3. And that's, again, as I say, that's the key. We're gonna play this small ball. That means we're gonna probably lose on the rebounds, points in the paint. But that means we're gonna have to hit our shots and take care of the ball. And tonight we did not take care of the ball as well. We had 18 turnovers to their 11. However, we did outshoot them. We went 40% from 3 to their 24% from 3. We were 15. We made 15 threes out of 37 attempts. They made 9 out of 37. And that was basically the difference. With a 3-ball helped keep us in. Free throws were even. We need to focus on making some more free throws, Spencer. Spencer Dinwiddie kind of missed most of those. But, free throws were even. The rebounding battle actually came out, which is crazy at the end. Because, it's 30-19 at half. At the end, the rebounds, it was 45-42 in favor of the Celtics. So they only had 3 more rebounds in total at the end of the game. So that's good job by us by finally in the second half gang rebound. I was screaming at the TV in the first half, like, gang rebound, just grab. Everybody just attack the ball. It seemed like they were just standing around the first half watching the rebounds go by. And second half, they finally, they were into the game, man. They were tuned in. They were locked in. And it came down to it, man. They got the fucking win, man. They got the dub. They got the dub we needed. And this was great to see. It seems like whenever we miss at least just one of our starters or key role players, it's like it throws the rhythm off of the whole team. So that's something telling looking forward when you really need this whole squad healthy to, really reach any type of, our ceiling that we could have. One player missing, man, it really kind of hurts the squad. So I really hope they do a good job of managing these minutes and throughout the rest of the season and having everybody fresh and ready to go by the end of the year. If that by all means, that means resting one of these guys each game, hey, man, I'm for it because it seems like the rest of the team is ready to step up and make big plays and, get dubs. Good shit, man. Good shit, Mavs. And the Mavs right now are right with the Utah Jazz for that 4th seed. The Jazz still have it, and Mavs are still in the 5th seed. But however, both Utah and Dallas both have 42 wins. Utah has 25 losses, and Dallas has 26 losses. So we're only a half game back from them for the fourth seed, excuse me. And so, good shift by the Mavs. Another victory that helps, propel us, further into, hopefully overtaking that 4th seed. And now, again, I mentioned on the last pod, that we're going into a big, road trip stretch right here. And we just played at Boston. It's just another team had their season turned around. They're like us, doing great now, really top defensively and do good, smart offensively, getting good shots, and we ended up beating them tonight. Good thing we don't have to see them in the playoffs. That would be a crazy playoff matchup if we ever to see them, or even if see them in the finals. That would be crazy. Then Wednesday we're playing at Brooklyn at 6:30 on ESPN, so y'all check that out. Friday it's at Philly at 6 o'clock. And then back-to-back on Saturday after that at Charlotte at 6. So these next 3 games are just as big as this last one because it's really going to show. So far it's showing these Mavs, just after one game. I don't want to, gas them up too much. But after one game it's showing we're looking good. We're still looking like that resilient team that we're seeing after this, post-All-Star break, post-trade. They're really playing like this team is for real. So that's good to see. And right now I'm trying to look up the Jazz and their next schedule. Jazz play the Bucks tomorrow night. So that'll be great to see. They're a late game, 9 o'clock. So go Bucks. Bucks lose that game. I think, you know what? No, I think Utah still holds the tiebreaker, so they'll probably still be up in the standings even if they lose that game. But the Jazz have a tough little schedule coming up as well, man. They play, here's their next game. I'm just going to rattle them off. Jazz play the Bucks, then they play the Bulls, then they play the Clippers, and then the Knicks, who upset us, huh? But then the Nets, Celtics, and the Hornets, and then they play us. And then the Clippers, and then the Lakers. Like the end of that was really the rest of their March games. But they have a tough little schedule coming up, man. So if they start tripping up and catch some L's here coming up, and the Mavs can pull out some dubs here in this next, finish off this month, man, the Mavericks could be in 4th seed really by the end of this month. I love our chances. I love the way this team is playing. Everyone's doing well. That make sure we get ready for that Wednesday game. It's gonna be crazy. Katie just had 53 today, so we play them at Brooklyn. So it's gonna be no Kyrie, probably no Ben Simmons. So we're playing the rest of the bunch. Be interesting to see. Hopefully they have Seth Curry. Hopefully not for the Mavs, but it's just always, for me, I always like to see Seth Curry play against us to play against them. I'm always for that type of matchup, not trying to shy away from anything. So yeah, man, that's our next matchup. Great win, fucking great victory. If you weren't lit today, man, you should be. This was a good win by the Mavs. Good stuff to take away. Nothing but positivity here taken away from this win. Man, so excited. Catch y'all Wednesday after that Brooklyn game. I'll go ahead and do my rundown after that, man. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. Yo, I'm AG. Thanks for listening. You can follow on Twitter if you want, at Mavs_rundown. And the Mavs Rundown podcast is also on YouTube along with Spotify. So go ahead and check it out either or. And remember, guys, cool heads prevail. And I'll see y'all next time on the Mavs Rundown.